ahead of Fekin and Aries in the VW, and Cronje a solid 5th place.
Yep, he's still ahead of Rautenbach, who's outside of the top 10 in the stage as well.
Stage 4, it's going to be a very fast and scary stage with a lot of jumps in it. Dupree won. First time we go on the stage, just under 15 kilometers. Lots of hairpins to deal with as well at the end of big straights.
In the battle for the lead of this rally, Polter leads Fekin, but in the battle for the championship, this man has to make up. Rautenbach currently in 11th position only, well behind Mark Cronje.
Very much on the back foot, but going 4th fastest here, so he is on the comeback trail. Cronje just off his pace, actually. On this stage would only go 5th fastest, but he is controlling the rally and the championship at the moment and driving with a solid head.
Trying to stay out of trouble, absolutely right, and that's the way to do it. Kuhn, however, down in 24th position, and oh, he's lost a wheel. He's lost a wheel, and this is going to be the end of his rally.
Could have just come loose, but we'll have to wait and see if he's going to get that repaired, but that's 2 bad stages for Kuhn.
Johnny Gemmel at the moment in 3rd position, trying to make up 7 seconds on Hagen Fekin ahead of him.
Easy right slight tightens.
That's Kuhn and Hodgson running across the road, trying to find their wheel that's gone farming, as Gemmel just hammers past.
What happened?
Wheel broke off as we came around the corner. I don't think it was tight. Try and see if we can. You got to find the wheel. You have to walk the wheel.
Well, it looked like no damage to the wheel, so it has just come off clean. Hopefully they can get that thing back on.
Wilken currently in 13th position, more than a minute and a half off the pace.
They're 2 and left 6. They're okay past them. Into max jump. Into K, possibly max jump. With caution right 3 times to 5 in, big drop out, never jump.
Yeah. What's your plan, Enzo?
No, I can't repair it. Studs, all the studs are sheared off, so I can't get, you know, it's not just the nuts that are gone, the studs are all sheared off, so I can't fit another wheel. I tried desperately, but nothing I can do. That's me. My event's over.
Well, that's disappointment for you. On board we go with Leroy Polter and Alvin Kutsia. Oh, that was so close to that gate post on the left.
That was, in fact, a small clip as well, so he's got to be careful about stuff like that. That's how you damage the suspension, but it looks like everything is rolling quite nicely in a straight line still.
Leading Fekin at the moment by 11.2 seconds and looking at stretching that lead.
Stay right 5 is immediate left 9, very tight through gate. Stay left now. Come on. Into right 5 over bumpy, opens over jump.
That tight gate is causing some big problems. A little bit of time lost there, but still a great finish for Fekin as he moves and gets a 3rd place.
Abich in 7th position at the moment, more than a minute off the pace. Not where he would like to be.
De Villiers and Pitchford starting this rally in a very strange way. Not really going attacking, just building the pace up very slowly, and a surprise to see him finish only 9th fastest on that stage.
Also surprised to see Latergan down in 12th position after a winning stage 2. He's in 12th position overall now, 1.5 minutes off the pace.
Limpopo businessman Musa in the only surviving Total Toyota having problems on this stage with a badly slipping clutch.
And indicating just how competitive things are, Gemmel and Polter only 0.8 of a second apart there, in 1.5 seconds between Rautenbach and Cronje.
That's going to be the story of the rest of the day. The championship is tightening up nicely.
Stage 5 now is a repeat of stage 2, so we're back at Alpha Sand, 19.19 kilometers of dirt ahead of us. As far as the championship is concerned, Rautenbach is closing up on Mark Cronje.
Mark, you're getting involved now. You've made Robin do the hard work.
Absolutely, that's what the nav's for. Yeah,
So-
we had a bit of a nosedive in that last stage with one of the calls that was a little bit out, but otherwise, nice clean run.
First time round, even we were running about 8 on the road, so we found a lot of rocks. So I'm hoping it's not as bad as it was, but I think it will be worse.
Just so you come in with a bit of damage.
Yeah, no, that was over some of those jumps and that. But a power steering problem, but we sorted it out. It's okay now.
So ready to attack on this stage?
Yeah, maybe just cool down a little bit.
So Gemmel's in, but where is the other Toyota? The rest of the navs scratching their heads.
Leroy, you fiddling with the steering there. What's up?
No, I helped Johnny on the rain now. He's one broke, so I've taken off mine to help him.
So you got no power steering this stage?
No, nothing.
Johnny Gemmel and Drew Sturrock in the Castrol Toyota Auris currently in 2nd position overall, just about 18 seconds behind teammate Polter.
The team game being played here, and Johnny Gemmell needs to capitalize on this situation.
Well, he's pushing very hard, and that power steering maybe works too well at the moment as he goes a little bit sideways there, but he is definitely pushing hard.
Yeah, after all that work in between the stages, he needs to make it happen. Now, spare a thought for Leroy Polter, the man who gave up his power steering, and look how hard it is to maneuver one of these S2000 machines around without that help.
Four-wheel drive, of course, so it makes it doubly difficult.
After container turn right 9 and right 7. C500 over flat case mid.
Love that shot of the explosives as they go through the Alpha Sands quarry one more time. Williams suffering with suspension, not a great setup on this stage.
Nicholas Ryan at the moment in 9th position, just where he wants to be, inside the top 10.
Had some problems on this stage as we reached the height of the day with overheating on the cars.
Young Vilro Dippenaar in a very impressive 7th position overall at the moment. I say young because he's just reached his driver's license age.
And Vilken trying to just find that confidence, always suffers with day number 1, and he has had some problems to overcome. Rautenbach still clawing time back, 5th place this time.
Ergenfecken in 3rd position overall at the moment, 20 seconds off the pace, but only 2.1 seconds behind Johnny Gemmell, so he's pushing hard for a podium finish.
Top 3 drivers are really glued together, tight times, and that's what this rally is about, especially on this stage. De Villiers, he's finding time on every single stage. The previous stage, a 9th place, now he gets a 3rd.
Championship leader Mark Grenier at the moment in 5th position overall. All he needs to do is to stay ahead of Rautenbach, and Rautenbach currently in 8th place.
And he does that, he gets 2nd fastest on the stage. But the king of Alpha Sands, he did it on stage number 2. He's done it again on stage number 5. Lateghan and the Pertec Peugeot are owning this one.
Confirmation of his 2nd stage win on the event for Lateghan. Grenier finished 2nd ahead of De Villiers.
Polter came into this stage with an 18-second lead. He leaves it with 1 second down in 2nd place.
Johnny, power steering changed just before that stage, but that wasn't the end of your problems.
No, it was going quite nicely halfway through this last one. Then we got to a crossroad, crossed over the main road and got going again, and just 2-wheel drive. So I did the last 8 Ks or so in rear-wheel drive, so it was a bit tricky.
Stage 3, we came after a high from stage 2, and the Chris Birkenhead used to navigate for me in off-roads, always say you go from 0 to 0, you know. And we hit a rock, but it was in the road, we didn't see it, and got a puncture straight away, so we drove 12 kilometers with a puncture. Lost 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, as I say, I enjoy the stages. So at the moment we're leading by 1 second. So there's nothing in it, but you know, it's nice to be in front again.
Very, very competitive. After 47 competitive kilometers, only 1 second separates 1st and 2nd, with exactly 2 seconds between 3rd and 4th. Rautenbach and Klinger in 6th, close in on Grenier and Houghton, but most impressively, Namibian Vilro Dippenaar and Derek Jacobs are in 8th.
We move on to stage number 6, a brand new stage on the rally, Duplessis, just over 15 kilometers, and it is being graded out of virgin bush as well, so it's going to be an unpredictable surface for the first couple of Ks.
Yeah, so thanks to the Duplessis brothers for taking the trouble of grading this road for us as we go to Conrad Rautenbach and Nicholas Klinger, currently in 6th position overall.
They are finding time on their stage finishes, a previous stage of 5th, and they would go on to take the 3rd fastest stage time on this one.
I just love that helicopter shot. You get a good idea of the speeds they're running. Grenier and Houghton now in 3rd position overall, 30 seconds off the pace, but ahead of their championship rivals. And that's exactly where they want to be.
Both of the 4 drivers said they were doing all the work at the front here, cleaning the road. They said the guys a little bit further back would actually benefit from a clearer stage.
Johnny Gemmell and Drew Sturrock in the Castrol Toyota Auris currently in 5th position. But they were suffering from a broken diff.
Once again, you know, that's back-to-back diff problems for Gemmell. He lost a lot of time the first time out. He didn't lose too much time on this stage. He actually got 4th place on the finish.
Wilken and Godridge in the Basil Reed Ford Fiesta, currently in 11th position, also making up positions after the troubles that they had earlier on with the dust.
Yeah, just stuck outside the top 5 though. Day number 1 Gremlins. It's Vilken's curse.
Polter and Coetzee currently in 2nd position, only 1 second behind Ergenfecken and Pierre Arison. They would certainly like to retake the lead. They have been owning this rally from the start.
Power steering is back in and the car is running perfectly now. Leroy Poulter making up massive time here to try and take over the lead of the rally once again. Started the stage 1 second down and he goes fastest.
Fekkin and Aris have not had such a good season, not on the podium even up to now. Can they aim for another one? Well, they came into the stage with a lead of a second. I think on these long, fast stages, they know that both the Toyotas and the Fords have the legs on them.
Now, De Villiers, he had Hubik that set off in front of him. Hubik had some terminal problems on the stage, created a lot of dust and held up De Villiers, who would eventually lose 20 seconds by getting stuck in that dust. And another feature of this stage was you actually go back on your own dust, so plenty of stuff to deal with.
Latergan currently in 7th position overall, 1.5 minutes off the pace, but he also suffered a little bit with the dust in the stage.
Yeah, it was getting very confusing. You actually go into your own dust at some of the big braking markers, so challenging for the drivers to actually get their notes right and really have to rely upon them.
Perennial top 10 runner, Nicholas Ryan, currently in 10th position at this moment, challenging Jan Hubik at the moment for 9th place.
And this is Jan Hubik. You can see the damage. He's hit one of those posts. He's got massive damage to the rear right hand of the car, and it's a control arm. This is him just trying to drag himself out of the stage and try and get to service so he can get the repairs done.
Dippenaar and Jacobs currently in 8th position overall. They have been very impressive so far in this rally.
That is Hubik out of the rally.
Poulter takes the stage win and retakes the rally lead after taking almost 17 seconds off Fekkin, who finished in 5th.
Latergan and Van der Merwe, 7th place on that stage, but De Villiers will be frustrated to only be down in 9th on that one.
We are having a good run because the roads are similar to the roads that we have in Namibia. And I think the car is also good, working good with us. It's a new engine and everything, so yeah, everything is going well.
Stage 8 is a repeat of stage 4, so we're back on the Trier land, 14.5 kilometers of dirt, and interviewers curse as Dippenaar retired in the previous stage.
Yeah, very unfortunate for our man from Namibia. Back onto the big racing though, Latergan, he's trying to find the pace again. All of a sudden, he's just falling out of it. 10th place, he'll be very frustrated with that stage finish.
Leroy Poulter currently leading Fekkin by 30.5 seconds, but he's struggling at the moment.
Yeah, diff problems on the Toyotas. This time, Leroy Poulter suffers and drops down to a 9th place finish on the stage.
De Villiers in 4th position at the moment, and he's also got a problem. His clutch isn't working, but everything's working for Nick Ryan in 9th at the moment.
It seems to be the stage where a lot of cars are developing problems. This time it's Fekkin who is really trying to get up there in the order. Car developed gearbox problems, and that means he has to nurse it home. Williams also on the stage. Big overshoot into one of the corners.
Right 6 over flying finish. Jump and flying finish. Caution, left 5.
Musa, our man from Limpopo, is currently still holding down that 10th position overall, 2 minutes 49 seconds off the pace.
What's your bump? Are you okay? I'm fine. And wide max right 5. Opens over max jump. 100 max jump. 70 max jump. And before green max pop.
So that gate that caught out so many drivers the first time they went into the stage, this time has caught out Wilkin. Didn't look like he lost too much time though, because he still went 3rd fastest on the stage.
Cronje currently lying in 3rd position overall, just exactly where he wants to be as far as the championship is concerned. He's just less than a minute off the pace.
2nd fastest man on Dupriya 2. So he's controlling this rally and therefore controlling the championship.
This is the man who wants to catch up and get past Cronje in the standings at least. Rothenbach pushing very hard. He had 2 bad stages, but now he's right on the pace.
Goes fastest on this stage as well, so he's really clawing things in, and the man who is making up the most time on the rally.
Indeed he is. Rothenbach takes the stage and takes about a second per kilometer out of Cronje's time there. Wilkin, 3rd fastest.
Williams also starting to find some pace in 5th. Fekkin will be frustrated, but it was the car problems that caused him to finish in 6th on that stage.
For the final stage of the day, we go back to the Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane for a short 2.5 kilometer tar stage.
Now, this is where the tar specialists get to stretch their legs. Wilkin and Cronje were duking it out at the top.
Ford completely dominates stage 9 with Cronje and Wilken the tyre specialists first and second on the stage. And de Villiers, look at that, 4 times touring car champion in third.
The car has been good throughout the day. We managed to keep it in the front. There's been a lot of bad luck with all the other guys with things going wrong. But, you know, we're here and we're leading and we'll have to make the best of it tomorrow.
The car's still going well. The gearbox, the side of gearbox gave us a little bit of trouble. Second gear is gone. But yeah, we nursed it here. Guys will put in a new gearbox, hopefully. And then tomorrow we'll be fighting fit.
It's been a bit of a roller coaster today. We had the puncture early this morning and my heart literally sank into my shoes and I thought, well, no, that's over. And we came onto the stage and I saw Conrad park next to the road and I thought, sure, we got a lifeline today. And slowly but surely, the guys are falling by the wayside. So I think they're pushing really hard. And I'm trying to keep the cars clean and tidy as possible because we had our near-death experience this morning. So it just seems to be coming together.
In the two-wheel drive championship, Lategan in his S1400 Q8 Oils Volkswagen Polo leads ahead of the S1600 frontrunner Bottrell in his Yater Tools Toyota Runx and Christoph Sneyders in his S1600 Polo.
After an extremely long day number 1 at the final round of the Rally National Championships at Polokwane, Polter leads out. Fecken is running second place, Cronje in third, but only 6 seconds separate the top 3.
Wilken and Godridge have recovered to 6th position overall. Ryan and Detoy in 8th. Very good position there. Mohamed Musa and Grant Martin in 9th. Join us for day 2 action from the MTN Polokwane Rally after the break.